I'll admit it. I'm a Welcome to Matt's Profit Pursuit. I'm Matt, and I make what sold videos so you see what's selling on eBay and break down each sale so you see exactly how much is made after fees, cost of goods, shipping, and taxes are taken out. And today we're going to talk about something you probably shouldn't talk about. A word you probably shouldn't say. The word that we'll get to it here in a bit. I got 14 orders going out. Let's see what sold. Sold this Cabela's hat. Not very good. This was actually due to either be redonated or thrown out.
I paid 25 cents for this hat and it only sold for $3.25 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $9.62, and after fees and shipping, I get $3.22.
Sold this San Francisco Giants hat, 47 brand.
I paid 25 cents for this hat and it sold for $7 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $12.85, and after fees and shipping, I get $6.52.
Sold this little G.I. Joe, gun for some kind of vehicle.
I found this at the bins with a lot of other G.I. Joe things. I was just grabbing every piece I could get. I lotted up a bunch of that. For some reason, I sold this one separate. I don't remember why, but I only paid 3 cents for it, and it sold for $7 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $12.65, and after fees and shipping, I get $6.38.
Sold this Adidas Boston Marathon long sleeve shirt, 2010.
I paid 35 cents for this shirt, and it sold for $10.89 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $16.84, and after fees and shipping, I get $7.36.
So this Banana Republic coat, it just looked like a nice kind of jacket coat, but didn't sell for much.
I paid $2.15 for this, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $19.03, and after fees and shipping, I get $7.65.
So this Dutch Bros tumbler, no straw, just the lid.
I paid 50 cents for this cup, and it sold for $10.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $17.04, and after fees and shipping, I get $7.97.
Sold this Chargers beanie.
I paid 34 cents for this beanie, and it sold for $14 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $20.28, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.44.
So this pair of like platform Vans, and it's like kind of like a floral design.
I paid $2.95 for these, and they sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $25.39, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.96.
Sold this hat. It's a Boston Scally company hat. I call these the Great Depression hat.
I only paid 35 cents for this hat, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $21.68, and after fees and shipping, I get $13.43.
Sold this shirt. It's a vintage. What was it? It was for like a 5K or 10K. Portland, Oregon, 1993. Like a Nordstrom. I don't know, some kind of run shirt.
I paid 65 cents for this shirt, and it sold for $16.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $22.49, and after fees and shipping, I get $14.72.
Sold this camo beanie. I noticed the pattern. The brand is Cryptic. I guess I really don't know how to say it, but they can sell for decent money.
I paid 20 cents for this beanie, and it sold for $19.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $26.34, and after fees and shipping, I get $16.59.
Sold this pair of Kenneth Cole boots.
I paid $3.35 for these shoes, and they sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $33.48, and after fees and shipping, I get $18.02.
Sold this Orvis jacket.
I paid $1.60 for this jacket, and it sold for $20.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $31.42, and after fees and shipping, I get $16.19.
Then I sold this Bermuda Triangle putter.
I don't know anything about golf clubs, so I had to look each one up. And this one, I only paid $1.90 for it, and it sold for $23.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $44.09, and after fees and shipping, I get $19.63.
Before we break down the sales, there's something I feel like we need to talk about. And again, it's a word that when people hear it, it makes their insides like tense up, and I understand it. It's you know, it's the R word, so it's reseller. Okay, I'm a reseller. I'll admit it, and I love what I do, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't understand the negative thoughts behind it. Like, I guess people assume that the thrift stores are charities. I think that's where it comes from. So the whole stealing from the poor type of mentality which is just 100% false. We all know Goodwill isn't there for poor people to get clothes. They're there to make money to then help people find jobs. You know, they have their whole like job career thing, and I don't know if it's just to get a job at Goodwill or but I believe they do like teach people English and things like that. I could be wrong, but I know they have like a career center there. Like, that's where the money goes. On top of, they make money and they're a profitable business, and people who work for them make money. And I mentioned this in some videos, that whenever I get a comment about stealing from the poor or something like that, I just respond with, would you rather all this stuff go to the landfill? Because that's where it was heading. And I also offer prices that are cheaper than buying retail. So you want people to only be able to buy retail, not afford it, and then all this stuff go to the landfill? That's kind of where I'm at, you know, save the planet, be a reseller type of thing. But we find the items, we clean the items, we list the items, we store the items, we ship the items. Like, there's a lot that goes into, it's not just fine. It's not that quick for most things. So if you do get a negative comment about being a reseller, just let them know that you're saving the planet. And what are they doing? Probably nothing. Alright, let's break down these sales. For those items, including what the buyers paid for shipping, I have a total of $298.84 in sales. After fees, I have $163.08, minus the cost of goods, which was $14.83, and that gives me $148.25. Put 25% aside for taxes, which is $37.06, and that gives me $111.19. Invest 20% back into the business, which is $22.22, and that puts $88.97 in my pocket, which is 6 times my money. It is about 3.5 hours worth of work, so I have a take-home rate of $25.42 an hour. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace.